Right, got your point. And when you spoke about the fear of being punished, that is obviously not there. And we have seen how OIC, how the United Nations, all these international organizations, they have failed to stop Israel. Moving on to Dr. Hassan, you know, when we talk about diplomatic and economic considerations, we see that almost all Muslim majority countries, they have in one way or another, have, you know, they are totally dependent on Israel, or they have accepted or recognized Israel for their long-term survival in the region. So to what extent you think that these diplomatic or economic interests with Western countries or other global powers have really affect the decision or the state of these Muslim majority countries to Israel's classification?
Regarding your question, I will say that whenever we see a situation from an external point of view, we always consider multiple factors about it. Being morally right, ethically right, of course, being human, being Muslim, we feel that we should be standing with the Palestinian people, we should be supporting their cause. There is no other point. Be the person of any other religion, be it Hindu, a Jew or a Christian or any other person who doesn't even follow a religion, he will say the same thing, that the Palestinians are being persecuted unjustifiedly, and the Zionist regime is, of course, in Israel, is an apartheid state. But apart from that, we should also see things diplomatically. Sometimes when we see in a long-term scenario, we are supposed to get things in a very different way. Sometimes, like for example, there had been Treaty of Sulh Hudaybiyah. There had been a treaty when Prophet Muhammad actually migrated to Madina. He had a meeting with all the stakeholders, with the Jews and other stakeholders of the Madina, and they formed a state which was not necessarily an Islamic state, but they mutually coexist for a better future in the long run, and it ended up well. It ended up making Arabia, whole Arabia, Islamic. Whenever we see that way, in that way, we feel that sometimes it's better to sit on the table, sometimes to let go of the situation, sometimes it's better to reconcile, sometimes to accept the bitter reality and focus on the future, and probably in a matter of years, in a matter of decades, there will be change in the paradigm, there will be a change in the circumstances, and their Muslims probably will be able to in such a position that they will be able to take over what happened between in the Germany, that when Germany was divided between the East and West Germany after the World War II, they had been in such situation that there was like they were in doldrums and their economy was ruined. Still, they went to the USSR, they talked to them, they let the unification of Germany happen, they led their nation out of this mess. They are now the top 5 nations economic wise. So when we see things in a very different perspective, for that we are supposed to have a unity. There has to have a strong role of OIC, which is unfortunately